early in the driving rain, found John's out hitting on the liquor again. It wasn't too late, about 10:30 when he let loose what the cat dragged in. It was a Sunday. And that morning came in the morning when he tried to make me pay the rent. Said, I ain't got no money for you, can I pay my way with these dancing shoes? Thought I was kidding. Brother, brother, what you owe me, I can't count on anymore, till the police come and knocking on our door. We'll be burning down the house, tear it to the ground, burn it up, tear it down, burning down the house. Well, I spent some time in a backwoods town, ain't nothing to do 'cause there ain't nothing around. Deputy sheriff ran around the block, but the streets are empty and the doors are locked. Got pretty lonely. And that preacher there, King rang my bell, told me a little about heaven and a lot about hell. Said, I ain't got no money for you, can I pay my way with these dancing shoes? Thought I was kidding. I was not kidding. Father, Father, what you owe me, I can't count on anymore, till the angels come and knocking on our door. We'll be burning down the house, tear it to the ground, burn it up, tear it down, burning down the house. Woo. The world outside is mad and cold. You don't grow up, you just grow old. Soon it's over, so they say, but God Almighty, till that day, we'll be burning down the house, tear it to the ground, burn it up, tear it down, burning down the house. We'll be burning down the house, tear it to the ground, burn it up, tear it down, burning down the house.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 51st edition of the Black Angus Show here at Canadian Western Agribition. I'd like to welcome you all here today, everyone in the seats, everyone joining us on the World Wide Web, courtesy of DLMS. Our first class today in our Black Angus Show will be junior females, heifer calves. Our first class were born from the 21st of March to the 14th of April, 2022. We have 3 classes in today. We'd also like to thank John Locke and Kurt Trefiak for being out in the ring to help Brett move the cattle around.
In the Limousin ring, we have entry number 2863, exhibited by Lazy 8 Limousin from Gull Lake, Saskatchewan, and entry number 2864, exhibited by Payne Livestock of Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Judge Stewart with his comments on our first class.
Now it seems to fade like a World War II fighter plane. It's obvious that you lied to our face. Get up and feel betrayed. I say you don't know.
Morning, limo breeders. It's a nice way to start off the limo show. A black heifer here that's very complete, balanced from front to rear. A heifer that's just a little more depth of body compared to our red heifer, but a red heifer that's good in her own right. Maybe just a little extreme to compete with the black female today, but pair of nice young heifers.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. First in the class 1 is entry 2864, RPY Payne's Kiki, 61K, exhibited by Payne Livestock of Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Second is entry 2863, Lazy H Kept Secret, 19K, exhibited by Lazy H Limousin from Gull Lake, Saskatchewan. These 2 heifers will be your junior and reserve junior calf champions. So reading down class 1, 2863 is second, 2864 is first. Now entering the ring will be class 3. We have entries from Payne Livestock Lloydminster, Payne Livestock from Lloydminster, Shortgrass, Limousin, Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and Eden Meadows and Hard Rock Landed Cattle Company.
And we'll now have comments from Brent on his first class.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. It's an honor to be here today to sort through the Angus cattle. To start off, we've got a tremendous set of young calves here. We started out with a powerhouse of a heifer calf. I mean, there is a ton of volume in this heifer. She's long-hipped. She really strides out nice. Got a really good foot on her and really ties up into that front end and shoulder like we really like to see. Got that Springer rib and volume all the way through her and that tremendous length of hip when you get in on her. Next calf, a little smaller in stature, but the same in type. Really nice up through the top of that shoulder, blends in nice into her neck and head. Really got a long hip in her, got some belly down in that lower third. Lots of shape in her and lots of volume through that lower rib. So we get into the next two calves, very similar in their makeup. They're heifer calves that just get a little open in the top of their shoulder for me today, get a little bold up on top, but they're complete. They get a little shorter in their hip than some of them above, but really good complete and all the way through. So we get down into the bottom of the class. These are really competitive heifer calves in this group. They're really good. There's really no bottom in this class. They're just heifers that just don't quite fit that mold like I'm looking for, that I'd like to take to my place and have them run in my pastures. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. So leading off our class is entry number 2020, Brooking Beauty 2244, exhibited by Brooking Angus Ranch and Kathleen Hamill. Second in class is entry number 2017, Boss Lake Miss Donna 273K, exhibited by Boss Lake Genetics. Third in class is entry number 215, Goodsky Rosebud 27K, exhibited by Goodsky Ranch. Fourth in class is entry number 2000, SHR Blackbird 15K, exhibited by Swan Hills Ranch. Fifth in class, entry number 2012, Southland Casey Lady 87K, exhibited by Southland Cattle. And then sixth, we have entry number 2011, Dusty's Countess 2101, exhibited by Dusty Rose Cattle Company. We'll now move into our second split of junior heifers. These females are born from March the 10th to March the 19th of 2020. I'd also like to, at this time, just introduce some people that are here watching the show. We have Miles Amaker, the CEO of the Canadian Angus Association here, as well as Graham McLean, the Canadian president. We have our Saskatchewan Angus president. He'll be out showing today is Chad Hollinger. And our show and sale committee chairman is Randy Tetzlaff. Our Canadian Angus directors are Sheldon Kyle, Roger Reynolds, and Robbie Garner. We also have the Ontario president, Don McNulty, as well as our Quebec president, Matty Chanel, here today as well. So we'd like to thank you all for coming out to attend the show.
Judge Stewart on his comments on his Class 3.
Another nice set of females. Started off with a female that's maybe the most complete package in the class. Heifer that's put together real nice. Nice to watch her move away from you. She's got a good set of feet and legs under. Second place heifer follows her. Maybe just gives up a little bit of heart girth compared to the top place, but a heifer that follows our top one very nice, handily. Third place heifer again, real nice package. Just like to extend her out through that neck a little bit to compete with the top two. And our fourth place heifer, big strong female as well, maybe just like to change that hind leg on her and her front end to complete with the top three. Four nice females.
So the results of Class 3 in the Limousin division. First place goes to 2867 RPY Payne's Kendall, 49K, owned by Payne Livestock and the Kendall Syndicate. Second goes to 2866 RPY Payne's Kelsey, owned by Payne Livestock and Pinnacle View Limousin. Third goes to 2865 RPY Payne's Cassidy, 144K, owned by Eden Meadows Farms and Hard Rock Land and Cattle. Fourth, 2868 SGL Keepsake, 22K, owned by Shortgrass Limousin, Swift Current, Saskatchewan. These heifers will be declared the intermediate champion and reserve calf champions. So reading down, we have 2867 first, 2866 second, 2868 fourth, 2865 third. Now entering the ring in the Limousin division, Class 5, we have entry 2876, exhibited by Shortgrass Limousin Swift Current, 2874, exhibited by Venture Livestock and Double B Cattle Company, 2869, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta, and entry 2870, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta. At this time, we'd also like to recognize BMO as one of the sponsors at Canadian Western Agribition. BMO has been a longtime sponsor of Canadian Western Agribition in the agricultural community. As Canada's first bank, BMO's roots in agriculture industry go back over 200 years, when we first began working with farmers to provide comprehensive solutions and support for their unique needs. Once again, we would like to recognize and acknowledge BMO as one of the major sponsors for Canadian Western Agribition.
Brett will now make his comments on his class of heifer calves.
Well, another great class of calves here. I started off with a heifer that I think is really complete. She's got lots of volume, lots of power, really comes up into that front end nice, with a really nice foot under this heifer. She strides out with long, just easy stride. There's nothing that makes this heifer think that she needs to be tied up in any way. She just strides right out, really soft in that lower bottom and all the way through her rib cage. The second heifer in class follows her very closely. Heifer that we really got to appreciate for that nice look to her. She's got ample amount of volume and all that look up in through that front end and rib. Third place heifer, she's by far the most volume kind of a heifer in the class with the most power. I just like to change her up into her jaw and her head. She gets a little fine in there. She's a heifer that definitely has a lot of volume and power all the way through this calf. So if you get down into the bottom of the class, calves that just give up a little bit of that terms of that front end and that openness over their shoulder. They just kind of like to free up those front ends on a few of these calves, but really a complete set of calves all the way down.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 216, Goodsky Bellamere, 14K, exhibited by Goodsky Ranch. Second in class is entry number 2008, Blair's Echo 542K, exhibited by Blair.Ag Cattle Company. Third in class is entry number 205. Bariel Bride 148K, shown by Bariel Angus. Fourth in class is entry number 210. Dusty's Countess 2098, shown by Dusty Rose Cattle and Noe Gonzalez. Fifth in class is entry number 2004. Wallner Mystic 208K, shown by Jesse Wallner. And sixth in class is entry number 2002. Eldom 931 Flora 237K, exhibited by Eldom Cattle. We'll now move into our next split of junior heifer calves. These females were born from March the 1st to March the 8th of 2022.
In this class of heifer calves, started off with a black heifer that nice to look at from the side, and when she's in movement, she's setting them hind feet down in their proper place. That's where I'm going to fault my second place red heifer, just a little bit off on them hind legs. She's got a little more springer rib than our top animal, but that's what I had to give and take. Third and fourth place heifers, again, just off on their hind legs, maybe just not moving out as nice as the black heifer that's winning the class.
Thank you, Judge Stewart, for your comments. The results of Class 5. First goes to 2874 DBCC Kitty Hawk 19K, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, with additional owner of Venture Livestock Enterprises. Second, 2869 Plains Caitlin Snow 9K, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta. Third goes to 2870 Plains Crystal 31K, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta. And fourth goes to 2876 Kazoo DJE 204K, exhibited by Shortgrass Limousin, Swift Current, Saskatchewan. So reading down in your program, 2876 was fourth, 2874 was first, 2869 was second, and 2870 was third. Now entering the ring in the Limousin division, Class 5. We have entry 2877, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan. 2871, exhibited by Eden Meadow Farms, Zener, Saskatchewan. 2875, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. 2872, exhibited by Payne's Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan.
This night, I guess I'll take you home again.
And here's Brett with his comments.
Start this class off. I think we got a heifer calf that kind of matches up that pattern that I'm looking for today. She's really ties in nice up into that head and her neck. Got a really good presence to that. She strides out really nice. She gets a little weaker in her top on the move than some of the other calves, but she's got a lot of volume all the way through her and down in through that stifle. We get into the second place heifer calf, really fits that type as well. She's a nice kind of calf, lots of length of hip. She really strides out well and moves free. She's got a lot of volume all the way through her. You get in behind her and lots of width through those pins. The next calf we got, one of the most attractive heifers we see in the class on the stand. Just like to free this heifer calf up a little in her movement off her front end and her leg, but she's a heifer calf that we appreciate for her look and her style all the way through her, as well as the fourth place calf. Really well presented calf that you just like to give her a little more of that depth through the bottom and just get her to move off that hind leg a little freer, a little softer. So we get into the next two calves that are going to go out and do good for these breeders. If we all had that crystal ball to figure out who's going to be the best cow 14 years from now, wouldn't that be neat? So a tremendous set of class calves that we've seen so far with depth all the way to the bottom.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 2007, Blair's Anita, 526K, exhibited by Blair.ag Cattle Company. Second in class is entry number 219, Wilbar Marine Emily, 199K, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company. Third in class is entry number 2003, Hall's Elba, 284K, exhibited by Hall's Cattle Company. Fourth in class is entry number 2006, CJ Tinge, 13K, exhibited by Jackson Cattle Company. Fifth in class is entry number 2009, Praber Georgina, 125K, exhibited by Praber Angus. And sixth in class is entry number 2001, NCC's Arlisa, 13K, exhibited by Nolan Cattle Company. We'll now be moving into our Junior Heifer Calf Division Championship. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Ivanhoe Angus for the champion and Early Sunset Ranch for the reserve. So returning out of split one is entry number 2020, Brooking Beauty 2244 from Brooking Angus and Kathleen Hamill, as well as entry number 2017, Boss Lake Ms. Donna 273K, exhibited by Boss Lake Genetics. Out of split two, we have entry number 2016, Goodsky Bellamere 14K, exhibited by Goodsky Ranch, as well as entry number 2008, Blair's Echo 542K, exhibited by Blair's.ag. And out of our third split, we have entry number 2007, Blair's Anita 526K for Blair's.ag, as well as entry number 2019, Wilbar Marine Emily 199K from Wilbar Cattle Company.
In the Limousin Division, Class 5 results, Judge Stewart with his comments.
In this class here, we've got to give and take a little on these top two females. The heifer that's winning the class maybe got a little nicer depth of body than the second place heifer, maybe just a little weaker in her top to win the class today. But I'd like to maybe see this top heifer just walk out a little freer than what she's doing. Third place heifer, just a little plainer all the way through from head to tail to compete with the top couple on the top end here. And the fourth place heifer, just a little too extreme, not enough depth and capacity through the middle to compete with the top three.
Results of Class 5. First goes to 2872 RPY Payne's Cara 5K, exhibited by Payne's Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Second, 2871 EMF Keepsake 6K, exhibited by Eden Meadows Farm, Zener, Saskatchewan. Third goes to 2875 Martin's Cosmo 1K, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. Fourth goes to 2877 Anchor B Keisha 12K, exhibited by Anchor B Livestock, Limousin at Hanley, Saskatchewan. Reading down in your program, 2877 was fourth, 2871 was second, 2875 was third, and 2872 was first.
Brett will make some comments before selecting his junior calf champions.
Well, we've talked all these heifer calves and their classes, and I think we've got a really complete set of calves out here that I'd be proud to have in my place for darn sure. I mean, they're complete. They've got the good all the way through them, and as far as structure and type, I think they got lots of volume, and they've sure got some performance. And we do need to have some performance in these cattle. And I think this is a great group to take in to be a base of a herd at any place. So with that, I'm going to go select the two that I like for this division.
So our junior heifer calf champion goes to number 2016, Goodsky Bellemere 14K, exhibited by Goodsky Ranch. And our reserve goes to number 2020, Brooking Beauty 2244 from Brooking Angus Ranch and Kathleen Hamill. And once again, thank you to our sponsors, Ivanhoe Angus and Early Sunset Ranch, for sponsoring our junior heifer calf division.
So in the Limousin division, we're a senior calf champion. We have in the ring. So senior calf champion goes to entry 2874, an entry of Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, with additional owner of Venture Livestock Enterprises. And reserve senior heifer calf champion is entry 2869, Plains Caitlin Snow 9K, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta.
Just like to thank one of our major sponsors for today at Canadian Western Agribition, SGI. A reminder from all our friends at SGI, go out, have a good time, just make sure those good times can happen again by always finding a safe ride home. So thank you to SGI.
So now entering the ring in the Limousin side, Class 8. We have entries from 2880, exhibited by Eden Meadows Farm, Zener, Saskatchewan. Entry 2886, exhibited by Lazy A Limousin, Candu, Saskatchewan. Entry 2884, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan.
In our Black Angus show, we are now moving into our first of 3 splits of intermediate heifer calves. So our first split was born from February the 19th to the 28th of 2022.
At this time, Canadian Western Agribition would like to acknowledge the Canadian Agri-Food Automation and Intelligence Network. They are pleased to be co-sponsoring the 2022 Agribition Nightly Tie-Out. Our booth is located at 129. Come see us to learn how we're funding livestock innovation in Canada. Judge Stewart with his comments on this yearling heifer split.
Again, starting off the class with a heifer that's most complete in my mind. She's beaten an awful good heifer, by the way, but she's a little nicer up through her neck and shoulder area than our second place heifer. Two very good individuals that go together quite nicely. Third place heifer just giving up a little bit of overall style and eye appeal to compete with the top two in this division.
Results in Class 8. First goes to 2880 EMF J36J, exhibited by Eden Meadows Farm, Zener, Saskatchewan. Second place goes to 2884 Anchor B Jupiter 30J, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan. Third goes to 2886 Lazy A Jersey Girl, exhibited by Lazy A Limousin, Candu, Saskatchewan. Results, reading down in your program, 2880 was first, 2886 was third, and 2884 was second.
We'll now hear some comments from Brett and our Black Angus show.
Started this class off with a real classy looking heifer that you really appreciate her for that front end and how she moves off that front and the top of her shoulder. You get in behind this heifer, a tremendous amount of width all the way through her top and into that forerib, and you get in right in behind her through her stifle and all the way through her. She's very powerful yet moves out really well. Second place heifer, really powerful muscled heifer, really stout all the way through and soft. She gets a little bit shorter in her neck than the heifer above her, but her skeleton's still all right. She is a heifer that we can look around that. When she starts milking down as a 2-year-old, that front end will probably disappear, but really a complete heifer, lots of volume, lots of springer rib in her, and just really moves out in a soft way as she moves off that back leg. We get into the next two heifers, very similar in their type. They're heifers that you would just like to maybe free them up a little bit in their movement, but heifers that are really complete, long-bodied, got some muscle shape and thickness, and definitely have a place in this industry for sure all the way down.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 3519, Boss Lake Ms. Rosebud 204K, shown by Boss Lake Genetics. Second in class is entry number 2027, Fisk Fay 206, shown by Fisk Cattle Company. Third in class is entry number 2036. WVR Lakota 350K, shown by Water Valley Ranch. Fourth in class is entry number 2024. CCCJ Keepsake 5K, shown by Jackson Cattle Company. Fifth in class is entry number 2026. Dusty's Diana 2055, shown by Dusty Rose Cattle Company. And sixth is entry number 2039, Eldon Glamour 236K, shown by Eldon Cattle. We'll now move into our second split of intermediate heifers. These females were born from February the 7th to the 18th of 2022.
So in the Limousin division in second split of Class 8, we have entry 2882, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Entry 2885, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin with an additional owner of Riley Borson. And 2883, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of Venture Livestock.
I would just like to mention some of our Canadian junior Angus directors that are here helping today. Over here in the ring, we have Lainey Muir from Glenelg, Manitoba, as well as Chloe Lone from Prince Edward Island. We'd like to thank those ladies for being in the ring, and out back helping with the marshalling, we have Thomas Wildman. So thank you to our Canadian junior Angus directors for giving us a hand in our show today. Judge Stewart with his comments on the second split of the yearling heifers.
Nice long-bodied, attractive female winning the class. Nice up through that shoulder and head area. Second place heifer, maybe just carrying a little bit too much condition compared to our top, but a nice individual in her own right. Third place heifer, again, nice stylish female. Just like to see her walk out a little better on her hind legs, but three nice bred heifers.
So results of the second split in Class 8. First goes to 2885, Greenwood Too Much Fun 27J, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of Riley Borson. Second goes to 2882, RPY Payne's Jewel 64J, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. And third goes to 2883, DBCC Jive Talkin' 5J, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of Venture Livestock Enterprises. So reading down in your program, 2882 was second, 2885 was first, 2883 was third. Now entering the ring will be the champion and reserve champion yearling heifers, the first and second place winners from our two splits of Class 8. So entering the ring first, we have 2880 EMF Jade. Next, we have 2884, entry of Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan. Next, we have 2885, Greenwood Too Much Fun, 27J, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of Riley Borison. And next, we have 2882, RPY Payne's Jewel 64J, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster.
I started this class off with another heifer that I really appreciate. I really like this heifer when she's standing. I like her when she's on the move. She's really complete, ties into that front end and really comes down into that shoulder nice and gets a nice long stride off that front end. Getting behind this heifer once again, lots of width of pin, lots of length of that hook from pin. She's really complete as far as you look at this heifer. She's got a really feminine look up to her, but yet still got some muscle and power. We get into the heifer next to her. She's a heifer that we really got to appreciate for her volume all the way through her. She's a heifer that's maybe just a little plainer to look at today, but she's got everything she needs to become a cow in the future. She really strides out nice. She's got lots of volume to her. She's got lots of that shape in that lower third of her all the way through and really travels. We get into the next three heifers, just give up a little in terms of that power all the way through them and some of that boldness that we're looking for in that rib shape. You get a little tighter, but they're heifers that have been presented well and appreciate them bringing them out today.
Thank you, Brent. So leading off our class is entry number 2023, Bariel Duchess, 73K from Bariel Angus. Second in class, entry number 2025, Dusty's Countess, 2043 from Dusty Rose Cattle Company. Third is entry number 2031, MLG JSS Blackbird 2255, shown by J Score S Angus. Fourth in class, entry number 2038, ASM Cattle Eldom Lisa 222K, shown by ASM Cattle. And fifth in class, entry number 2034, Rock Ruby 259K from Rock Spring Show Cattle. We'll now move into our next split of intermediate heifer calves, and these females are born from February the 1st to February the 6th.
So champion junior female in the Limousin division is number 2885, Greenwood Too Much Fun, 27J, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of Riley Borison. And reserve junior female is entry 2880, EMF Jade, 36J, exhibited by Eden Meadow Farms, Zener, Saskatchewan. And they were presented banners for the champion junior female from Eden Meadows Farm, and the reserve champion junior female was awarded a banner from RCN Livestock. So entering the ring in the Limousin division, Class 10, we have entry 2880 and exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta. 2887, exhibited by Highland Stock Farms, Bragg Creek, Alberta. And entry 2889, exhibited by Eden Meadow Farms, Zener, Saskatchewan.
Chev GMC is a world-class truck for world-class cattle. Platinum sponsors GMC and Chevrolet encourage you to check out powerful trucks like the GMC Sierra and the Chevy Silverado. Thank you to GMC and Chev.
Johnny went out one day with a shotgun by his side. His family they did trust him to keep him all alive. He stumbled upon a black bear and knocked down his gun. Johnny couldn't reach it, so he fixed up to run. The bear caught up to Johnny, knocked him to the ground. circles round the sun till it's done. You're the one.
Canadian Western Agribition would like to acknowledge one of its platinum sponsors, Chevy GMC. Pull ahead of the pack with a powerful GMC Sierra. Agribition is brought to you in part by our platinum sponsor, GMC.
And here's Brett with his comments.
Well, this is one of those classes you just love to see, but it's unfortunate we have to leave some standing here that can't be in the championship of this division. I'm going to start actually talking this class from the bottom because I think we've got a set of heifer calves here that you could actually swap them in any direction and really not be wrong and talk about them. We've got a very complete calf down here that stands at the bottom of this class where she has got absolutely nothing wrong with this heifer calf. She's a great heifer calf. She's got some style to her. She's got all the pieces and parts to make her a cow. We got two heifer calves that are very similar in their type next to them. They're very complete up through their front end. They just got a little differences as far as terms of volume to some of the calves above them today. We've got a heifer calf here in third that's got by far and away the strongest foot that we've seen today. These are all important pieces that we need to be looking at as far as making breeding females. But today I'm challenged to make a decision on the two that I think come to the top of this great class, and I think we start with these two. I think we've got a heifer calf at the start that really is complete. She's got lots of volume, she's got lots of style, and what it really comes down to in these calves is I'm looking at her head, and I love this Angus character to this heifer's head. She's got lots of width of muzzle, she's got some jaw in her, yet she's still got a feminine front end, and she strides out really nice and complete. She's got lots of volume through that rib, as well as the heifer in second. She's a heifer that we appreciate for her length, her body. She's got a great front end. She strides out really well. She's a heifer that, you know, if you were going to change her a little for me, I'd just give her a little stronger head in her. But really a complete set of calves from top to bottom, and I really appreciate being able to analyze calves like this today.
Thank you, Brent. So leading off our class is entry number 2028, Brooking Annie K, 2147. Shown by Brooking Angus Ranch and Wheeler Stock Farm. Second in class is entry number 2029, HLC Curl Girl 96K, exhibited by Hollinger Land and Cattle. Third in class is entry number 2030, Easterdale Annie K 2922, shown by Easterdale Angus and Dale and Janet Metz. Fourth in class is entry number 2021, SHR Blackbird 2K, shown by Swan Hills Ranch. And fifth in class is entry number 2033, Rock Countess Lily 209K, shown by Rock Springs Show Cattle. We'll now be moving into our intermediate heifer calf division championship. We'd like to thank Scott and Connie Bryce in memory of Bill Bryce, as well as Irving Angus for sponsoring this division. So coming back out of split one, we have entry number 3519, Boss Lake Miss Rosebud 204K from Boss Lake Genetics. And entry number 2027, Fisk Fay 206 from Fisk Cattle Company. Out of Class 2, we have entry number 2023, Bariel Countess 73K from Bariel Angus. And entry number 2025, Dusty's Countess 2043 from Dusty Rose Cattle Company. And out of our third split, returning, we have entry number 2028, Brooking Andy K 2147 from Brooking Angus Ranch and Wheeler Stock Farms. And entry number 2029, HLC Cruel Girl 96K from Hollinger Landing Cattle.
Judge Sturz with his comments on Class 10 in the Limousin division.
3 nice 2-year-old females out here, kind of similar in their makeup and kind. I'm going to start with the pair that is the most complete. She, in my mind, has the best calf in front of her. Done the nicest job. A pair that's the deepest bodied females in this class. Second pair, the black pair kind of follows her, maybe just giving up a little bit of overall depth and capacity to compete with the top one, but a nice pair as well. The pair on the rounding out the class there got a big old strapping bull calf, but maybe just like to see him moving a little freer throughout. But 3 very nice 2-year-olds.
So winner of Class 10 is 2887, Highland Hope 11H, exhibited by Highland Stock Farms, Bragg Creek, Alberta, with calf at side, Highland Miss Hope 3K. Second goes to 2889, Crown Hill Shameless 2H, exhibited by Eden Meadow Farms, Zener, Saskatchewan, with heifer calf at side, EMF Cupcake 2K. Third goes to 2888, Plains Hennessy 69H, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta, with bull calf at side, Plains Kahlua 14K. These 2 class winners will be awarded banners from MC Marketing for the champion 2-year-old and Shortgrass Limousin for reserve champion 2-year-old.
And we'll have some comments from Brett before he selects his intermediate calf champions.
Okay, once again, we talked about all these calves. I think we got a tremendous set here in front of us again in this division. I think these heifer calves have really got a lot to offer the industry and make some great cows in the future for the breeders. With that, I'm just going to go select the 2 that I would sure like to have at my place.
So our intermediate heifer calf champion goes to entry number 2028, Brooking Annie K 2147 from Brooking Angus Ranch and Wheeler Stock Farm. And our reserve goes to entry number 3519, Boss Lake Miss Rosebud 204K, shown by Boss Lake Genetics. And once again, thank you to our division sponsors, the champion sponsored by Scott and Connie Bryce in memory of Bill Bryce, and our reserve sponsored by Irving Angus.
So now entering the ring in the Limousin division, Class 11, we have entry 2890, DBCC Fool's Gold 2F, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan. Canadian Western Agribition would like to acknowledge Chevy GMC for platinum sponsorship. The best in farming deserves the best in trucks. Discover Chevrolet Silverado, a proud platinum sponsor of this event at Canadian Western Agribition.
In our Black Angus show, we will now be moving into our first split of senior heifer calves. These females were born from January the 26th to January the 31st. We will have 7 classes of January heifer calves. I'd like to say our thanks to our platinum sponsor, FCC, the only lender 100% invested in Canadian agriculture. FCC helps you make the most of your opportunities with financing and knowledge designed for Canada's ag industry. Thank you, FCC.
Only one senior cow in this class here, but a pair that goes quite well together. I believe she is an F, whatever that is for age, but still in the senior division, a calf that's long-sided, pretty nice up through her front end, nice pair.
So winner of Class 11, 2890 DBCC Fool's Gold 2F, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, with heifer calf at side, DBCC The Karma. So in the Limousin side, we are now entering champion female of the show at Canadian Western Agribition. We have entry 2864, exhibited by Payne Livestock. 2863, exhibited by Lazy H. Limousin Gull Lake. We have 2867, exhibited by Payne Livestock. We have and the Kendall Syndicate. 2866, exhibited by Payne Livestock and Pinnacle View Limousin. Class Senior Heifer Calf Champion 2872, exhibited by Payne Cara, exhibited by Payne Livestock Lloydminster. Oh, I think we've got a mistake here. Oh. Excuse me, in Senior Calf Champion is 2874, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, and additional owner Venture Livestock. Entry 2869, Plains Caitlin Snow, exhibited by Plains Limousin, Wainwright, Alberta. In the yearling class, we have 2885, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan, additional owner Riley Borison. We have 2880, exhibited by Eden Meadows Farm. We have entry 2887, exhibited by Highland Stock Farms, Bragg Creek. We have exhibitor 2889, exhibited by Eden Meadows, Zener, Saskatchewan, and 2890, Double B Cattle Company. At this time, I would ask for a representative of Eden Meadow Farms to come forward to be presented the Herdsman Award on behalf of Jessica Hextall, Territory Manager for Trout Nutrition Canada. So if I can have a representative of Eden Meadow Farms, the 2022 Herdsman Award at the Canadian Western Agribition Limousin Show.
In our Black Angus show, we'll have some comments from Brett on his first class of January heifer calves.
To start off this class, I really like this heifer. She's like a lot of the ones that have preceded her before in the show ring. She's got that length of front end. She's really structurally sound on that front shoulder and all the way through. She's got lots of barrel and bottom in her. She's a heifer that we really got to appreciate for that width of pin and stifle when you get in behind her. The next heifer, really a powerful heifer, one of the most powerful heifers we've seen out in front of us today. She's really not that happy to be here by the looks of it, but when you start analyzing this heifer, she travels out nice. She gets a little soft in her top when she's on the stand, but she's got a tremendous amount of volume and length of body to her and stands on a really good foot. As we get into the next heifer calf that she really strikes you when she walks into the ring. She's got a really nice profile to her. She's got lots of volume. She's a heifer you just maybe like to free her up in that hind leg a little bit, give her a little more flex. She gets a little straight and stiff off the back, but she's a heifer that we really appreciate for her volume all the way through her. As we get into the next two bottom calves, we've got a calf here that's as typey as anything we've seen today. She's really powerful, got a look to her. Just gives up maybe a little bit of performance to some of the cattle above her today, but a really nice package all the way through. And the heifer on the bottom to follow out, she's a heifer that we got her like for her volume and her look to her. You just like to give that a little bit of more width of base at the back when she's traveling out.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 2065. Rideau Lady Jet, 16K from Rideau Angus Farm. Second in class is entry number 2087. KT Tivy, 2410 from KT Ranches. Third in class is entry number 2081. HLC CSI Beatrice, 66K from Hollinger Land of Cattle and CSI Angus. Fourth in class is entry number 2060. Southland Lady, 23K from Southland Cattle. And fifth in class is entry number 2056, Cubby Hill Airlight, 28K from Ranch Cubby Hill. 2063 was a scratch. We'll now be moving into our second split of January heifer calves. These females were born from January the 21st to January the 24th of 2022.
Judge Stewart on his comments on Class 13, Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion female of the 2022 Canadian Western Agribition Limousin Show.
A nice set of females out in front of us. I think if you look at them in both rows, there is similarities all the way down from one end to the other in both rows, and that's what I was kind of trying to do this morning. There's some great heifer calves, breds, and pairs throughout. I'm just going to go and grab the two that I like the best.
Did he pick for reserve? Did he get reserve, Riley? Grand champion female of the Limousin Show is entry 2887. Highland Hope, 11H. With the heifer calf at side, Highland Miss Hope, 3K, exhibited by Highland Stock Farms, Bragg Creek, Alberta. The banner is sponsored by Saskatchewan Cattlemen's Association and John Deere Limited. Reserve champion female goes to entry 2885. Greenwood, Too Much Fun, 27J, exhibited by Anchorby Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of Riley Borison. Also sponsoring in the Grand Champion Female MNP sponsorship of, with Chubb Luongo, representative.
And here's Brett with his comments.
We started this class off with, to me, is a real powerhouse as well. She's got lots of shape. She's got lots of volume and power. She really strides out nice. She's soft right from the foot all the way up in through her. She really strides out nice. Got a tremendous amount of stifle muscle, yet really flows up into a beautiful front end and that forerib that really puts it all together in really nice shape. Expert, we got to follow her very closely. She's a heifer that we really like the volume of this heifer. I like the way she tracks out and moves. She gets a little fuller in her brisket than some today that we've seen, but she's a heifer calf that we really got to like for that structural correctness all the way through her and the softness on the move. And that's what puts her above this other heifer calf. This heifer calf, I really like the shape of this calf and the look of her. She gets a little stiffer in her makeup when she's on the move. Off that hind leg, she gets a little straight, not as much flex in the pastern area. She's a heifer calf that we really got to like her for her look and that Angus character to her head. She just gets a little tighter in her makeup. The next heifer we've got, I'd just like to change her off the move on the front end a little bit, but a tremendous volume, kind of a performance type of female that we've got today ahead of us. And she's got a place in the industry for sure with just that extra added amount of volume. The heifer we got trailing up the bottom of this class by no means is a bottom place heifer calf either. She's a calf that we appreciate for her look, her stoutness, and her rib. She just gives up a little bit in terms of that look as some of the other calves above her today, but a really good heifer calf to end off this class.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 2071, Brooking Dusty's Black Cap 2122, shown by Brooking Angus Ranch, Dusty Rose Cattle Company, Lewis Farms, Triangle K, and Dyson Dulage. Second in class is entry number 2061, Swan Miss Black Cap May 2038, shown by Swan Angus Ranch. Third is entry number 2046, S7R HLCC Onyx 700K, shown by Section 7 Ranch and Horner Cattle Company. Fourth is entry number 2055, Broughton Enchantress 56K, shown by Broughton Cattle Company. And fifth in class is entry number 2041, KCH Beauty 214K, shown by KCH Cattle Company. We'll now move into split 3 of our January heifer calves. These females were born from January the 19th to the 20th of 2022. I'd like to thank John Deere as one of our sponsors today. John Deere is proud of its heritage of making outstanding farm equipment. John Deere dealers continue to live up to the same values the company was founded on: quality, innovation, integrity, and commitment. On behalf of Agribition and all the exhibitors, we would like to thank John Deere for their involvement in Agribition. Be sure to stop by the John Deere booth to speak with the John Deere and dealer representatives. Thank you, John Deere.
Well, we have a break in the Limousin Show for pictures of our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion female. I would like to ask that the participants on spectators to acknowledge the sponsorships for the 2022 Canadian Western Agribition Limousin Show. Without these generous sponsors, this show would not be able to be at the elite level that it is. So inside your program, there is a list of the sponsors. We greatly appreciate their support to provide banners for this particular event. I'd like to also acknowledge the sponsors for the chosen one yesterday. They were very well appreciated in a fundraiser utilized by SLA. Also would like to inform the crowd and those on DLMS of a very successful sale last night. There was a average of 14,850 on the lots on the sale last night, so a very successful sale and a great social evening event. So just information for those in the crowd and those participating on DLMS.
We'll have some comments from Brett on his heifer calves.
When you get in the quality of calves that are in the top end of this class, it's splitting hairs on which one you think might be the better cow in the future. And there's this heifer calf on top puts it all together for me. She's really strong through her top, all the way from her pole back big to the top of her tail head. She's really complete. She's got a really great structure to her shoulder and front end. She's soft on the move and got lots of volume. Heifer calf we got that follows her extremely close, an extremely attractive calf. She catches your eye the minute she walks in the ring. She looks tremendous on the stand. She gets a little weak on her loin for me when she's just on the move. She's a calf that, I mean, like you say, you're splitting hairs on this kind of quality. She's got tremendous amount of volume to her and thickness and performance all the way through her. She's got a great head on her as well. Just gets a little soft in that loin on the move. We get into the next three calves in this class, tremendous individuals in their own right. Just a little differences in terms of structure that I'm looking for today in the top end, but a really great set all the way through.
Thank you, Brett. So leading our class is entry number 2072. Brooking Rose, 2108, shown by Brooking Angus Ranch, Blairsdale Ag, and Enright Farms. Second in class is entry number 2064. Pillar Pretentious, 2211K, shown by Pillar Show Cattle. Third in class is 2062. Schwann Miss Black Cap, 2031, shown by Schwann Angus Ranch. Fourth in class is entry number 2079. AJA Annie, 225K, shown by AJ Angus. Fifth in class is entry number 2051. JPM Dixie Erica, 43K, shown by JPM Farms. Entries 2067 and 2050 were scratches. We now move into our fourth split of January heifer calves. These calves are born from January the 16th to January the 18th. I'd like to thank Master Feeds for being one of our sponsors today. Master Feeds supplies the nutrition that produces the showstoppers at the beef shows across Canada and is a proud sponsor of Agribition. Master Feeds would like to congratulate all the competitors this week for their dedication and commitment to showing excellence.
At this time, Canadian Western Agribition would like to recognize Lehigh Hansen Materials. They are a proud sponsor of Canadian Western Agribition, providing Regina and the area with concrete and aggregates in business for 66 years. That's Lehigh Hansen Materials, also Inland Concrete. In the Limousin Show, we're going to carry on with Class 14, our youngest bull calf class. We have entry 2893, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. Entry 2894, exhibited by Lazy A Limousin, Candu, Saskatchewan. And entry 2892, exhibited by Payne Livestock with additional owners of New Life Limousin and Venture Enterprises. Judge Stewart on his comments on Class 14, youngest class of bull calves.
First class of bull calves over here on the limo side, a calf that wins the class fairly easily, a dark red bull calf that's adequate length and thickness, just overpowers the other two calves in the class for dimension all over. I'd just like to thicken these other two up and see a little more depth of rib to compete with the top bull in the class here today.
So results of Class 14. First goes to 2892. RPY Payne's Bouncer, 63K. Exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, with additional owners New Life Limousin and Venture Enterprises. Second, 2894, Lazy A Kennedy, exhibited by Lazy A Limousin, Candu, Saskatchewan. Third goes to 2893, Martin's Klondike, 12K, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. So reading down in your program, 2893 was third, 2894 was second, and 2892 was first.
We'll all have some comments from Brett in our Black Angus show.
To start this class off, we've got a female that kind of matches the type that we've been looking for all day. Where she differs a little bit is up in through her neck and her head. She's a heifer that perhaps is a little plainer, but when you really start to analyze this heifer, you start finding all the good in her. She's a heifer that, sure, she's got a little extra leather and a little thicker in her neck, but she really strides out nice. She's soft. She's got lots of middle in her, tremendous amount of volume and type all the way through her. She's going to go out and make a tremendous cow, in my opinion. We follow her very closely especially with a heifer that's really attractive, got that really front end look. She's soft on the move and correct in her skeletal makeup. You get in behind her, she's got lots of width all the way through her too. Really a complete package. The next two heifers are very similar in their type, really sharp up through that front end. The fourth place heifer gets a little fine in her makeup, maybe a little tight in her top, just not quite the volume and shape of some of them. She's got plenty of performance. Every calf we've seen today in the real world has lots of performance. So I think these calves are really, they're nice shape, they're a nice type, they're not overfed, they're just really in perfect shape as far as my concern is all looking at them. As we get into the bottom part of the classes, some calves that just give up a little in terms of that skeleton, mainly on that hind leg and how they move off, just not quite right for what the place higher today, but a really complete class.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 2049, PF Grace RLP 9K, shown by Partial Farms. Second in class is entry number 2048, Bariel Marg 20K, shown by Bariel Angus. Third in class is entry number 2078, Blair's West Erica 6K, shown by Blair's West Land and Cattle. Fourth in class is entry number 2080, HLC JLH Blackbird 38K, shown by Hollinger Land and Cattle at JLH Livestock. Fifth in class is entry number 2082, J Square S Ellen 214K, shown by J Square S Angus. Sixth in class is entry number 2089, Minbird and Blackbird 12K, shown by Minbird Angus. And seventh in class is entry number 2070, Justamere Forever Lady 550K, shown by Justamere Farms and Lee Sholigan. We'll now move into split 5 of our January heifer calves. These females were born from January the 11th to January the 15th of 2022.
So in the Limousin Ring Class 16, we have entry 2897, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan. 2895, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. 2898, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, with an additional owner of 777 Cattle Limited. 2896, exhibited by Payne Livestock and J.Y. Yorga Farms. Judge Stewart with his comments on Class 16.
Calf winning here is the freest moving individual in this division. The calf that moves very good in my mind for his thickness. He's beating an awful good calf in second, but a guy that I'd just like to free him up a bit when he's on the move. Third and fourth plate bulls just maybe giving up some testicle development to compete with the top two, but four nice individuals.
So winner of Class 16, 2895, RPY Payne's Gunner 50K, exhibited by Payne Livestock. Second in class goes to 2896, RPY Payne's Huntsman 43K, exhibited by Payne Livestock and J. Yorga Farm. Third in class, 2898, DBCC 777, the Kraken, 20K, exhibited by Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan, and 777 Cattle Limited. Fourth in class, 2897, Anchor B Klondike, 55K, exhibited by Anchor B Limousin, Hanley, Saskatchewan. Results reading down in your program, 2897 was fourth, 2895 was first, 2898 was third, 2896 was second. So coming into the class in the Limousin side is class 18, 3528, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. 2899, exhibited by Eden Meadows Farm, Zenert, Saskatchewan. And 2901, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan.
And here's Brett with his comments on Split 5 January heifer calves.
Let's start this class off where you got a heifer calf that's really fluid in her movement. She's a heifer that's really complete all the way through. Got a great shoulder in this heifer, really up into her neck, very nice. Lots of Springer rib to her, and she really got a tight, nice package to her all the way through. We get into the second place heifer. She's a bit of an anomaly in this class. She is extremely deep-bodied and soft in that middle, and really thick and stout when you even get in behind her. She's a heifer that's really got some shape to her. She probably doesn't have in the end of the day, she's probably not got some of the performance that we've seen earlier in some of the calves, but does she have enough? By all means. She's a calf that we really appreciate for that shape and that stoutness all the way through her. We get down into the next two calves, very similar in their makeup. They're calves that get a little tight off that front end on the move, get a little stiffer in that hock and down into the pastern, but really typey. They got a nice look to them. They got a nice rib shape to them, just a little tighter in their overall makeup as we go down the line.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off the class is entry number 2092, HF Annie K 38K, shown by Hamilton Farms. Second is entry number 2073, Brooking Rose 2072, shown by Brooking Angus Ranch, Dusty Rose Cattle, and Canadian Donors. Third in class is entry number 2045, Eldom 4565, Flora 210K, shown by Eldom Cattle. Fourth is entry number 2047, Honeybrook Envious Blackbird, shown by Honeybrook Farms. Fifth is entry number 2044, Honeybrook Airline 12K, shown by Abigail Tomlin. And sixth in class is entry number 2053, JPM Erica 35K, shown by JPM Farms. We now move into split 6 of our January heifer calves. These heifers were born from January the 3rd to January the 9th of 2020. Merck Animal Health offers customers one of their broadest, most innovative animal health portfolios, spanning products to support performance and to prevent, treat, and control disease in all major farm and companion animal species. Thank you to Merck for being one of our sponsors.
Judge Stewart, or his comments on Class 18.
class that's got some different types and patterns. Only 3, but there are 3 different individuals, starting off with a long-spined calf, maybe freest moving individual out there as well. The second place bull, again, just like to free him up on all his joints when he's tracking around the ring. The third place bull, I just like to give him a little better hind leg in him and be a little more attractive to compete with the top 2 red calves.
So first in Class 18 in the Limousin Show is 3528 Martin's Kaiser 8K, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. Second in class, 2899 EMF Kilkenny 10K, exhibited by Eden Meadow Farms, Zenert, Saskatchewan. And third goes to 2901 Martin's Kobe 6K, exhibited by Martin's Livestock, Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. So reading down in your program, 3528 was first, 2899 was second, and 2901 was third.
Merck Animal Health is proud to welcome Allplex Livestock Intelligence to their portfolio. Allplex is a global leader in the design, development, and delivery of animal identification and monitoring devices.
Class 20 has 1 participant, 2903, exhibited by J. Yoga Farms Limited, Flintoff, Saskatchewan. Our thanks go out to Platinum sponsor, FCC, the only lender 100% invested in Canadian agriculture. FCC helps you make the most of opportunities with financing and knowledge design for Canadians' ag industry. Judge Stewart with comments on Class 20.
Only one in this class, a nice black bull, long-sided bull that's got a good set of feet and legs on him. He could use some more competition as well.
So first place in Class 20 is 2903 JYF Jackson 513J, exhibited by J. Yorga Farms, Flintoff, Saskatchewan.
And here's Brett with his comments.
Well, I started this class off with this young lady's heifer. Now, this young lady's heifer is not acting real good for her today. She's in heat, this heifer calf, and that's a good thing. When we got this age of calves having heats already, I mean, that's tremendous. That shows some maternal strength that this Angus breed has, and be proud of that. This is a complete heifer calf that I really appreciate her look to her. She really tracks out well. She's on the move. She's also looking for a bull by the thing, so she's really tracking out today. She's a heifer calf that we appreciate all the way through her. We follow her very closely with a heifer calf that's really got a nice look to her. She's skeleton right up in through that shoulder, into the top of her shoulder. She's got lots of base to her and lots of that volume down and low that I'm looking for today. She's a really complete female as well. We get down into the next calves here. These are some really good females. We got some differences in some skeleton and that freeness and the softness in the hind leg in a few. We got a few that are a little straighter up in through that front shoulder, give up a little of that volume that I'm looking for, but a really complete set.
Thank you, Brent. So leading off our class is entry number 2040, KCH Rose 204K, shown by KCH Cattle Company. Second in class is entry number 2054, Perot Bella 6K, shown by Perot Cattle Company. Third in class is entry number 2059, Southland Princess 7K, shown by Southland Cattle. Fourth is entry number 2068, Justamere 632F Fiona 520K, shown by Justamere Farms and Nielsen Land and Cattle. Fifth is entry number 2083, J Score S Ruth 209K, shown by J Score S Angus. Sixth in class is entry number 2085, Northern View Ruth 30K, shown by Northern View Angus. And seventh in class is entry number 2052, JPM M Light 14K, shown by JPM Farms. We'll now move into our seventh and final split of January heifer calves. These females were born from January 1st to the 2nd of 2022.
So exhibitors in the Limousin Show in Class 21, 2905, J. Yorga Farms, Flintoff, Saskatchewan. 2904, RPY Payne's Hitman, 67J, Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, and additional owners of Richmond Ranch, Brandon and Sam Nimitz. 2906, exhibited by Boris Marketing Services, Olds, Alberta, with an additional owner of Canadian Sires.
I'd like to acknowledge one of our major sponsors for our Angus show here. Rebecca Schroff from My Key is donating accommodations for the 2023 Agribition to the champions in the Black and the Red Angus shows. So we'd like to thank My Key for their generous sponsorship.
Judge Stewart with his comments on Class 21.
Three nice bulls in this class. I went with the bull that in my mind has the most balance from front to rear and very nice on the move. Second place bull is a little bit more frame, a little more performance. I'm sacrificing that. I'd like to see him move out a little better on them hind legs to beat that black bull today. Third place bull just giving up a little bit of overall style and balance to compete with the top two.
So results of Class 21. First goes to 2904, RPY Payne's Hitman 67J, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and additional owners Richmond Ranch, Brandon and Sam Nemitz. Second goes to 2906, B-Bar BLE Samurai 17J, exhibited by Borison Marketing Services, Olds, Alberta, with an additional owner, Canadian Sires. Third goes to entry 2905, JYF Jed 315J, exhibited by J. Yorga Farms, Flintoff, Saskatchewan. So reading down in your program, 2905 was third, 2904 was first, and 2906 was second. Now entering the ring will be the champion yearling bull. So winner of Class 22, champion yearling bull, is 2904, RPY Payne's Hitman 67J, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and Richmond Ranch, Brandon and Sam Nemitz. Reserve champion yearling bull goes to 2906, B-Bar BLE Samurai 17J, exhibited by Borison Marketing Services, an additional owner of Canadian Sires.
And here's Brett with his comments on Split 7 January heifer calves.
Well, another tremendous set all the way through. We're going to talk a bit about the bottom end here a little bit first in this class. We got some really good females down here that definitely have a place in the industry. There's a few females that really got a classy, showy look to them. They just lack that little bit of maternal look that I'm looking for today. They've got a really attractive features to them, but just lack a little bit of that real Angus cow maternal look that I'm looking for. We get into our third place heifer here, really got that look to her. She's got some volume to her. She's got some easiness due to her. She's got a really nice head, and she's structurally sound as she's out on the move. The next two heifers we've got very similar in their type. The first place heifer, really good volume to this heifer, really soft and easy on the move, right to the ground. When she plants her feet, they're square under her. She's a heifer that we got to like for the look of her front end. She's got a lot of volume down in that lower third. She's a very complete, really got a powerful, nice Angus head in this heifer. Followed very closely in the second place with a heifer that really strides out with a long stride, got some softness to her on the bottom of the hoof. She's a heifer that we got to like for that volume in the lower third as well, with a really nice Angus head and some character to her. Thank you very much for a great class.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 2090, Greenwood Beauty 5K, shown by Wilbar Cattle Company and Owen Wilms. Second in class is entry number 2075, Greenwood Beauty 5K, shown by Jaden and Jackson Payne. Third in class is entry number 2088, J. Mirandi Grace 201K, shown by J. Mirandi Livestock. Fourth is 2076, Greenwood Beauty 8K, shown by Jaden and Jackson Payne. Fifth in class is entry number 3521, Schwann Miss Middlebrook Glass 2004, shown by Schwann Angus Ranch. 6th is entry number 2084, Northern View Lady 16K, shown by Northern View Angus. 7th is entry number 2091, Favorite Last 2K, shown by Favorite Angus. And 8th is entry number 2069, Justamere GF 558 Ruth 500K, shown by Justamere Farms and Gower Family Farms. We are now moving into our senior heifer calf division, and we would like to thank Wilbar Farms and Dusty Rose Cattle for being our sponsors. So returning on to split 1 is entry number 2065, Renew Lady Jet 16K, shown by Renew Angus Farms, and entry number 2087, KT Tibby 2410, shown by KT Ranches. Returning on to split 2 is entry number 2071, Brooking Dusty Blackcap 2122, shown by Dusty Rose Cattle, Brooking Angus Ranch, Lewis Farms, Strangle K, and Dyson Duelage. Second was entry number 2061, Swan Miss Blackcap May 2038, shown by Schwann Angus Ranch. On to split 3, we have Brooking Beauty 2108, shown by Brooking Angus Ranch and Blairsville Ag, as well as entry number 2064, Pillar Pretentious 2211K from Pillar Show Cattle. From split 4, we have entry number 2049, PF Grace RLP 9K from Pishal Farms, and entry number 2048, Bariel Marg 2K, shown by Bariel Angus. From split 5, we have entry number 2092, HF Annie 38K, shown by Hamilton Farms, and entry number 2073, Brooking Rose 2072, shown by Brooking Angus Ranch, Dusty Rose Cattle, and Canadian Donors. From split 6, we have entry number 2040, KCH Rose 204K, shown by KCH Cattle, as well as entry number 2054, Perrot Bella 6K, shown by Perrot Cattle Company. And out of split 7, returning for our champion class, we have entry number 2090, Greenwood Beauty 5K, shown by Wilbar Cattle Company and Owen Wilms, and entry number 2075, Brooking Beauty 7K, shown by Jaden and Jackson Payne.
In the Limousin side, we have the selection of the Grand Champion Limousin Bull, Canadian Western Agribition 22. Judge Stewart with some comments.
I think these bulls out here on the limo side will do the industry a lot of good. Bulls that all have some good in them. I'm going to go ahead and pick the 2 bulls that I would take for my own use. And congratulations to everyone. I think this reserve bull is going to look identical to that one in a year's time.
Way to go. Thank you. So Grand Champion Bull of the Canadian Western Agribition Limousin Show is entry 2904, RPY Payne's Hitman 67J, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and Richmond Ranch, Brandon and Sam Nemitz. Reserve Grand Champion is RPY Payne's Gunner 50K, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. We have banner presentation from John Deere and the Saskatchewan Cattlemen's Association and MNP. Congratulations, Payne's Livestock.
We'll have some comments from Brett before he selects his senior heifer calf champions.
This has been quite a division of January calves. A lot of these classes were all born on the same day. To have a group of Angus females stand in front of us, this impressive all the way through all the heifer calf classes we've seen today, is definitely a testament to what the breeders are doing, and they're focused on the right things, I believe. With that, I'm going to go pick 2 females that I think that are tremendous individuals. I think they will do the industry a lot of good. They're the type that I would be proud to have at my place. And I compliment all the breeders that are out here. I know it's a huge commitment as far as financially and time to get show cattle ready to bring out for us to analyze and look at and show to the world. I think you've done a tremendous job, and with that, I will go select the two that I really like today.
So our senior champion heifer calf goes to entry number 2071. Brooking Dusty Black Cap 2122 from Brooking Angus Ranch, Dusty Rose Cattle, Lewis Farms, Triangle K, and Dyson Doolage. And coming out of the same division as our reserve senior champion is entry number 2061, Swan Miss Black Cap May 2038, shown by Swan Angus Ranch. So congratulations to our exhibitors, and once again, thank you to our sponsors, Wilbar Cattle Company and Dusty Rose Cattle Company.
In the Limousin Show, we're just going to take a break for pictures of our Grand Champion Bull, 2904, exhibited by Payne Livestock and Richmond Ranch, Brandon and Sam Nemitz, and Reserve Grand Champion Bull, exhibited by Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Reserve Grand Champion Bull had a banner presented by Borison Marketing Services. John Deere is proud of its heritage in making outstanding farm equipment. John Deere dealers continue to live up to the same values as the company was founded on: quality, innovation, integrity, and commitment. On behalf of Agribition and all the exhibitors, we would like to thank John Deere for their involvement in Agribition. Be sure to stop by the John Deere booth to speak with John Deere and dealer representatives.
In our Black Angus Show, we are now ready to move into our first split of our junior yearling females. We have two classes in this division. So the first class, they were born from April the 9th to May the 2nd of 2021. MNP Accounting Agricultural Specialists have deep roots in the industry. They are proud to sponsor and meet with you at the MNP Breed Champion bars following the shows. Thank you, MNP, for being a sponsor.
While we wait for pictures of our Limousin Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion bull before we start our group classes, Canadian Western Agribition would like to acknowledge Master Feeds. Master Feeds supplies the nutrition that produces the show stoppers at beef shows across Canada and is a very proud sponsor of Agribition. Master Feeds would like to congratulate all competitors this week for your dedication and commitment to showing excellence.
And here's Brett with his comments on his first class of yearling heifers.
Start this young class off. We've got some April Mays here. We got a ton of power here all the way through these three heifers. I think when top of this heifer comes to top for me, she's just really smooth made all the way through her. Really goes up into that head and neck right. She's a heifer that you really appreciate for her volume all the way through her, right from her bottom of her chest floor all the way through. Really got a nice udder shape coming in and really nice out through the hook to pins. We got a very attractive heifer here in second. She's a heifer that you got to appreciate for that look. She just gets a little tight in the back on her pastern when she's moving. She's popping a little bit today. She's a heifer that we got to admire for that power all the way through her and that stature that she brings with her. We got a heifer in the bottom of the class today, a really powerful heifer, long-sided, just gives up a little terms of that skeleton on the move that we like to look at.
Thank you, Brett. So leading off our class is entry number 2096. NLF Cruel Girl 108J, shown by Raptor D4 Cattle Company. Second in class is entry number 2099. EF Elba 2173, shown by Enright Farms. And third in class is entry number 2094. DMM Lady 105J, shown by Honeybrook Farms. Well, I'll move into split 2 of our junior yearling division. These females were born from March the 3rd to March the 18th of 2021. I'd like to thank CMAX for being one of our sponsors today. As one of the largest AI corporations in the world, CMAX and their partners, WestGen in Western Canada, EastGen in Ontario and the Maritimes, and CIAQ in Quebec are proud to sponsor the President's Classic. With beef sales accounting for nearly 30% of CMAX's sales over 100 distributors globally, they're proud to support Canadian beef producers. CMAX continues to select genetics for their balanced breeding approach. Their approach utilizes genetics built on sound proven pedigrees, critical phenotype assessments, performance analysis, and new age technologies. This is applied to all beef breeds within the CMEX beef program, including both Bos Taurus and Bos Indus breeds.
So entering the ring in the Limousin division is Class 26, Breeders' Herd. We have entry 2909, Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan. 2907, Eden Meadow Farms, Zener, Saskatchewan. And 2908, Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan.
Take me over to the north side so I can find my way. Lord knows I've walked the south streets, wasted hearts and days. So take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. Take me down to shining waters, towns of grit and pride. Let me check my own soul, I've nowhere left to hide. And take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take me to a hilltop castle, to a room all draped in white. Give me some familiar faces so I know I'll be alright. Then take it all, take everything from me, then bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until
Class 26 results, Breeders' Herd. First place goes to 2908, Payne Livestock, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. Second place goes to 2907, Eden Meadow Farms, Zener, Saskatchewan. Third place, 2909, Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan. Payne Livestock will be awarded a banner from B-Bar Cattle Company.
where kings are pouring, paupers ranch. Take away my
Next class will be Class 27. It'll be Get of Sire.
It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Yeah.
As this is our last class in the Limousin Show of the Canadian Western Agribition 2022, I would ask that representatives from Payne Livestock come forward to receive their award for Premier Breeder and Premier Exhibitor of Canadian Western Agribition 2022, Payne Livestock. Get of Sire Award goes to 2910 Payne Livestock, and second goes to 2911 Double B Cattle Company, Unity, Saskatchewan. Get of Sire banner is awarded by Hale Stock Farms. The Premier Breeder and Premier Breeder Exhibitor Award is sponsored by Saskatchewan Cattlemen's Association. This concludes the 2022 Limousin Show at Canadian Western Agribition. We would like to thank Brent Stewart for judging today and Wiley Fanta for his ring steward. Also, we would like to thank everyone that has watched in the crowd and those that have attended from a distance. Also, those that have participated from DLMS. Hope you enjoyed a great Limousin Show. Thank you very much.
And here's Brett with his comments.
This is a really good class. We've got from top to bottom, you could do a lot of different things here. We've got a heifer that starts this class off. Is there one thing I'd like to change about her? Yes, there is. I'd like to see this heifer walk within her skeleton.